You feel tired, but not just tired, you feel done, mentally worn, emotionally drained, and every little task feels like climbing a mountain with no top in sight. That's burnout. And if you're there right now, let me tell you something important. You're not weak, you're not lazy, you're human. Burnout doesn't mean you've failed. It means you've been pushing hard for a long time without a break. And that catch-up you keep promising yourself, yeah, you never took it. So your mind, fried, your motivation, gone, your drive, fading. But here's the thing, burnout doesn't mean it's over. It just means it's time to pause and reset, not quit. Because you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't create, lead, or build when you're running on fumes. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is stop, step back, reevaluate, and ask yourself, what am I carrying that I don't need to? What am I doing out of guilt instead of purpose? What have I forgotten to do for me? Burnout often shows up when we're operating from pressure, not passion. When we stop saying no. When we forget that rest is part of the process, not a reward. So this is your permission to breathe, not because you're giving up, but because you're coming back stronger. Recovery doesn't happen overnight, but one thing at a time. You rebuild, you prioritize, you simplify, you remind yourself why you started. Then, when you're ready, you get back in the game. Not at 100%, but at real, at healthy, at sustainable. You don't need to run at full speed to be valuable. You don't need to grind until you break. You need to balance, and you need to reconnect. You need to respect your limits so you can keep going long term. Because a rested version of you, that's a dangerous force. So if you're burnt out right now, don't shame yourself. Rebuild yourself. The mission's not over, but the method needs to evolve. Protect your peace, guard your energy, and remember, you can't be your best if you're running on empty. So rest with purpose, return with fire, and as always, stay quality, kings.